What's up, college football fans and Mean Green fans? Noe Valente here once again with the Mean Green Show today, joined by Miles, and we are going to recap this North Texas FAU game. And Miles, how are you doing? I know you were taking pictures yesterday, and that's pretty cool. But how's your weekend treating you so far?
Yeah, it was pretty good. It was a really fun game. North Texas came out punching really fast. Keith Tejada had some great plays. It was a really fun game and good experience to shoot for photo wise. But I'm doing good. It's been a good. Hopefully the Chiefs can win on. I'm wearing my Chiefs jersey right now. Hopefully they can win tonight. But it feels really good. You're 2-0 in the conference play. You're top of the conference right now. I mean, some teams haven't played 2 games in conference yet, but I'm really confident this team can go into UTSA, which is 3 weeks from now, still 3-0 in conference, fighting for the number one spot in the Conference USA, which could be huge going down the stretch of the year. But yeah, it's been a good weekend so far. That was a really, really good game to watch. Hopefully, a lot of those tweaks, little inconveniences that North Texas had, can be tweaked, and they'll be good for the rest of the season.
Yeah, it was interesting, and just to be forthcoming, I was kind of concerned of like a blowout 45-17 type of deal FAU, and then we walk away from the game of just okay, just got blown up by. I thought that was honestly more likely than what happened yesterday. So that was pretty good. And I feel like you and I are probably hesitant to totally buy, just protecting ourselves emotionally, but man, it really gives you kind of. I mean, that UTEP was the lifeline, and I feel like they just stacked on top of that lifeline with this win. FAU's, a solid Conference USA team, not as good as they used to be, but again, still solid. And that win was pretty imperative. Asinani, I mean, he threw his pick six, but he did pass 70% of his passes were completed, and he had 3 touchdowns. So I mean, if he can do that, I mean, even with the pick, that's that's a winnable game. I mean, anytime you can find the end zone 3 times through the air, and man, the defense, that was I don't know, man. I really am kind of in shock in a good way, but I mean, Rich Tejada, 2 interceptions, and I mean, what are your thoughts on the defensive side of the ball?
Well, you said Austin gave up another pick six. That honestly, if they don't give up that pick six, FAU scores 14 points because they're not getting that second touchdown they had in the like last seconds of the first half. They're not getting that. But defensively, I mean, it was like guys that we hadn't really seen all year, because of the injuries they've had in the secondary. They're now stepping up and they're playing better than anybody has this year. Logan Wilson nearly had, I think, 1 or 2 picks in this game. Keith Tejada had almost 2 pick sixes. That's insane. North Texas was bringing a lot of pressure to Perry. Couldn't quite get him in time. There's one play where there was like 3 guys swarming him, and Enoch Jackson was chasing after him. The pressure they built against FAU was really, really impressive. I mean, honestly, Perry's not that great of a quarterback with how he handles certain situations, but it's really promising. I mean, even though guys like Katie Davis didn't have like this unbelievable game, other guys are stepping up, and that's what I've been waiting for a while, for guys to step up and make plays. Honestly, this is a defense that can stop the UTSA offense. Frank Harris is like the leader in the country in total yards. I think this is a defense that can, if they play like they did yesterday, which was very well, kind of slow them down more to a way that offensively we could beat them if we have the right pieces together. But I'm very impressed. That was like an A performance right there. Letter grade.
Yeah, it was solid. And not that this is any new thing, but of course, the running back room with Ikaika Ragsdale leading the way, 119 yards on the ground, and Io with a 75, and Oscar with 71, and Isaiah Johnson finding the end zone once himself. I mean, my gosh. And again, I don't want to sound like I'm, chugging green Kool-Aid too much, but, Seth Luttrell, I know he got hurt, and that's horrible, but put Stone Earl in a time where it was just like we weren't – I mean, it was super – like the game was still close, and it was just – I mean, but this the creativity that he was kind of showing, and I don't know, maybe he's listening to some of your tweets, but I mean, I don't know. It was a really, really refreshing game. I mean, now would it be very North Texas of North Texas to lose a La Tech game here in 2 weeks after, of course, but I mean, logically speaking, you'd think that, yeah, I mean, you should be able to don't overlook the game, right? But you would think that North Texas is probably going to be a 6-point favorite. I'm thinking. What do you think?
Yep. They could probably make a 6.5 point favorite. I can feel it. I mean, and Jair Shorter hat trick.
Oh,
That dude was just like it looked like he was back to what he was in 2019 before. When he was just making so many plays against like Charlotte, UAB, all those games in 2019. And I mean, at one point, his third one, I was like, there's no way they're gonna throw it to him again. I'm like, I feel like FAU would be like in double coverage, something that would like not let him score, and exactly what he did. He scored right over the top. I'm just very impressed. Again, the running back room, it's just it's the best in the conference. There's no other team you're gonna have more than two guys just continue to contribute each and every game. And in one game it's Ragsdale, the next day it's Attaway, the next one it's a day. It's just like they have so much capability there. It's unbelievably good. And now you have that. You have the wide receivers, offensive line played great. Do you remember any penalties for holding or there's like one false start,
mm,
maybe? I'll look at the thing, but it's just very, very impressive. And now you just need that consistency at quarterback. North Texas had one penalty. That's actually really impressive.
wow,
Uh,
that might be a
if you
record.
can, I think they didn't have any defensive penalties, I don't think. But if you can have consistency at quarterback going into this stretch that they have with UTSA, Western Kentucky, FIU, which is not very good, and UAB, if you can win two of those four,
Hmm.
no, not two of those four, you should be FIU. If you can win two of those three, then there's no doubt in my mind this team is very good and can win a bowl game. But you have to have consistency at quarterback, which at times was shown. But then at the same time, he would have one good play, the next play, pick six, or next play, just completely overthrown or underthrown. And it's just getting old, but at the same time, he's about to break a passing touchdown record. So that's kind of disheartening for North Texas fans who aren't on the Ani train.
Yeah, yeah, that's crazy to think about. But anyway, yeah. So all very interesting stuff, guys. If you're still watching at this point, let us know. What did you think of this game? Did you think it's a quality win? I mean, what are your thoughts? And as always, Miles, thanks for jumping on and go Mean Green.
Go Mean Green.